This story happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It is already over. Nothing can be done to change it. It is a story of love and loss, brotherhood and betrayal, courage and sacrifice, and the death of dreams. It is a story of the blurred line between our best and our worst. It is a story of the end of an age. This is the story of Star Wars. Welcome back to the podcast. I am your host, Cheese Film, and joined with me today, of course, is my erratic and insane co-host who has fell to the dark side. His name is, of course, Hecubus.
Yeah, these are not the droids you're looking for.
And manning the cameras is the legendary creature from the mountains of Hoth itself, Randy Official. He doesn't have a mic. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Just talk louder.
But joined with us today is a very special guest. He is a local Star Wars fanatic who is not me, and his name is Mr. Barnett.
My name is Jack Barnett. I thought we were talking about Star Trek today.
We were going to, but then after watching, I realized that it's just not a good property. It's just bad.
Oh, yes, it is.
I'm
I
just
I
kidding.
watched Star Trek The Next Generation yesterday.
All of it.
Well, no, but some.
Yes, Star Trek is good. I've been watching that, and it is really good. But this day, what we're talking about is a far superior story because it's a story that continues to be great. Couple hit and misses here and there, but we're talking about Star Wars in its kind of entirety. It's not going to be last time we talked about Star Wars is just A New Hope. So we're just going to have like a stream of conscious conversation about the intellectual property. A conversation I was very scared to have because I won't shut up about this stuff.
Oh, I'm
Right.
the same way.
Have a little bit of what I own down here, but the collection is extensive. But yeah,
Plus,
we're talking
That
about
new show ends on May the 4th.
Yeah, and this is our May 4th
Right.
Star Wars Celebration show that will come out 2 days beforehand, but we're going to hop on the train before everybody else does.
That's right.
All right, so, Mr. Barnett,
Yes.
what is your favorite Star Wars movie?
That's a tough question. I think I always go back and forth between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back.
Not
Those are
wrong
the
answers at
classics.
all.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are good. Empire, we've talked about a little bit. It's a damn near perfect movie,
Yeah.
start to finish.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's anything I would change about it. And ironically, I think the stuff they did change in the special edition, I think adds to it.
Yeah, it totally
Rather
enhances
than-
it.
That one is definitely the least ruined, so to speak, by
Yeah.
the special editions. Because the only ones I can think of off the top of my head is like Cloud City
Mm-hmm.
and all
Yeah.
that stuff looks pretty good.
I like the white Cloud City. I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But they did a good job with
That-
those windows, man.
Oh, yeah. The
Holy
orange sky
cow.
looks really good.
And it's such a great contrast to those stark white hallways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you've got this explosive, we got to get Boba Fett, we got to stop him from taking Han Solo, that just darkness of the outside, because it's drastically different color-wise, too. Like, it kind of gives you a feeling of foreboding. Like,
Yeah.
this is, the sun's about to set, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
Vader basically has won already, and we haven't even seen him win. And that's cool because Luke just
Super
got here
cool.
too, and Luke's about to confront Vader.
Yeah.
I guess massive spoilers for everything we're going to talk about here if you haven't seen Star Wars.
Oh.
But it also has one of the best shot lightsaber battles of the trilogy or of the saga. And it's on the simpler side.
Yeah.
Like,
It
it's
is way more
still-
simple than the prequels.
Yeah. And it lets the scene really do the talking for it, because like just how Vader is framed is, like we've talked about before, he's massive, he's in all shadow, he's just a black
Yeah.
void of all life, while Luke is there. He's got the blue lightsaber, and the only thing illuminating Vader at moments is just the red of his own blade or the orange in the floor there of the carbonite chamber. Like it's just this evil, menacing presence.
Yeah, that's
until
one
they
of the
get
most
outside.
iconic images is Luke and Vader silhouetted against the blue background and the orange floor.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an incredible shot.
It is. Irvin Kershner knew what the hell he was doing. And the set design, everything is perfect about this. But this morning I was watching that Darth Maul show, and they do those lightsaber battles are pretty good. It doesn't have the same gravitas as this does, but also because it's animated, they have that lightsaber. Did you see it?
I've only seen one episode of the Darth Maul
That's
show
pretty
so
good.
far.
They're having a lightsaber battle on a train,
Yeah.
like an open air train under a tunnel, and it just because it's animated, it's not.
It doesn't have the same weight.
It doesn't have the same weight because they're not going to get hurt.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
nothing really rushing past them. They're all drawn,
Yeah.
but the animation's really good.
And it's so fluid the way that it's animated. Like to watch the first couple of seasons of the Clone Wars, and then to watch Shadow Lord, it's just such an enormous jump in technical capabilities that they have developed at Lucasfilm.
Yeah, the
Like,
stuff
it's-
looks like it
beyond-
exists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I always thought it kind of looked like it's a moving painting.
Yeah, kind of.
Like that's
This
what
show
it feels.
especially, I noticed like the backgrounds look way more
Yeah.
painted versus just like a generic.
It doesn't
CG
look
background.
computer generated.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first shot, that overhead shot, that was the city looks real, like practical real, but they have clouds and stuff, wispy clouds,
Yeah.
and I was impressed by that. I was like, oh, I want to give this a shot
It's
because
yeah,
it looked great.
it's incredible what they can do now. I think like, after Spider-Verse came out and like really revolutionized, I guess, the way animated movies or shows are made now. Instead of just being like the Pixar style or anything, it can be more unique and
Or like
more
5-in-1.
Mm-hmm.
artistic. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to be just
It doesn't have to be
Cookie cutter,
hyper realistic or it doesn't just have to be 2D. There's like a mixture and it makes for some really interesting images on the screen.
It does, and probably we could thank Gumball for that.
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah.
Well, a
mixed
lot of
media.
the era, like the regular show era of Cartoon Network, allowed those kids to grow up who watched things like Billy and Mandy or The Simpsons, stuff like that, when they were kids, to create their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's kind of the last time we've seen creatively different IPs. Like now everything kind of looks like it's all done with the same brush.
Yeah.
But like that late the teens, the 2015 kind of era, I think is right at the end of when that originality was.
Yeah.
Because that's when they, pulled Star Wars from Cartoon Network. I think it was around that same time.
Yeah. I guess whenever Disney bought Star Wars, that's when
Oh,
they had
right,
to cancel
yeah.
the Clone Wars. And then
Have you seen the Tartakovsky Clone Wars?
oh yeah, of course.
That stuff
That was cool.
is really good.
I like that show a lot. If I'm ever doing like a marathon, I like slotting that in between
Yeah.
2 and 3.
Definitely.
Even though, of course, I like both Clone Wars, but that one works better as like
What's a condensed?
exactly.
Yeah,
I like that one. I think it's the Mace Windu one, and there's no talking.
Yeah.
and just
That's
punching
great
the hell out
idea.
of those
Yeah.
things.
It's so cool. I like how he goes up to the kid at the very end, like
yeah,
Gives him a water bottle.
yeah. That stuff is really cool.
it is.
Star Wars, I think, is really at its highest when it gets to be styled, when it gets to be original, when it gets to be something inspired by other things. I
Yeah,
think that's
instead
when
of
it really is
Inspired by itself.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like I am a defender of the sequels. I think they're overly hated,
I'm with you.
but you can tell that they're not looking through other lenses to tell a
Yes.
story. They're just telling a story through their own lens, and
Yes.
it doesn't work as well. And that's why you got things that feel too. I mean, every single one of them you can compare to another Star Wars movie. Where
Yeah.
The Force Awakens is like A New Hope. The
8,
Last Jedi
yeah.
is like
Empire.
Empire, and Rise of Skywalker is all of them.
Yeah.
essentially, but it does play to Return of the Jedi almost the exact same way. But it's because they're only looking at themselves to make a movie instead, because
Right. It's very like meta, those movies,
Yeah.
the stories of those movies. It's about
Right.
what happened before. And
I think subverting expectations was their key, instead of this is a timeless story like George Lucas did. And I'm going to pull from all these things I used to like as a kid. Whereas and then, he's Luke's father. Holy cow.
Right.
That's the biggest spoiler thing ever.
right.
And everybody's got to do something like that. And it just, I don't think it worked.
well,
And there was not one coherent idea.
Yeah.
and I think that's where it fell.
The
Yeah.
problem is, I know like the one thing people say about those movies is that they didn't have a plan. I think that's like slightly wrong. They did have a plan. They never stuck to the plan.
Right,
They
exactly.
kept course correcting over and over again.
Right.
I don't know how much I know when Force Awakens came out, everyone said it's too much like A New Hope. It's too much like A New Hope. We got to try something different. And then Last Jedi was like too different. And then Rise of Skywalker, they tried so hard to please everyone that they
And
didn't
Please no
any-
one.
Exactly. Yeah.
And there's kids watching these now that are growing up with these movies who will become us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, all these movies are great. Do you like the prequels?
I like the originals are my favorite. I obviously grew up with the prequels. Episode 3 was my favorite as a kid,
Man, it's so good.
but
I love those movies. I'm
I like
I'll
that
defend them to
era.
my last breath.
the era is really good. Like the Clone Wars show
Mhm.
fleshed it out really good. It's the most fleshed out.
Oh,
era of
definitely.
Star Wars
Definitely.
at this point. I think sometimes, since I'm a fan of those movies, that can cloud my judgment of them as individual movies. I think
Yeah.
when I look at them as individual movies, they kind of fall apart in some places. Attack of the Clones is like my least favorite Star Wars movie. That or Rise of Skywalker. There's just a lot that doesn't work in that movie for me.
There's so much in Attack of the Clones that I think goes unappreciated,
Yeah.
and people make fun of the things that they are asking for too. Because a lot of the time, you'll hear people talk about how Anakin's fall to the dark side was too quick.
Sure.
He just 1 minute he's the Jedi of the hero of the Republic, the next minute he's
Right.
Darth Vader. But like, if you watch Attack of the Clones, like, those seeds are very
Yeah.
clearly being
Yeah.
planted.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know-
He kills a whole fucking village of sand
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. And he's sitting there and he's like, I slaughtered them like animals. They're animals to me. I have all this power and I'm being held back. And it swells, and he's on the brink of crying, and they play Vader's.
Yeah. And Padme's getting
theme.
super turned on by it.
Hey, everybody likes a bad boy.
Right? No. I think it makes, people call that bad writing, and maybe it is, but I choose to read it like, Padme doesn't have to be a perfect character.
Right.
No.
She doesn't, like, her role is as like like, she fights for good. That's kind of her character. She's a lot like Leia, but I think it makes her interesting for her to have that sort of weak point where, like, look
Yeah,
at this
but
cute
it's
guy, and
exactly.
he's a bad boy. I kind of
It's
like
the
that.
same weak point that we praise Luke for having, though. Padme sees the good in Anakin
Right,
still.
yeah.
She
Yeah.
understands that, like, he was a slave as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
taken from his mother,
Yeah.
who was just found out was slaughtered by sand people.
True.
All she knows of this planet is that it's a backwater, barbaric wasteland where the Hutts are in control
charge,
of
yeah.
everything. He broke. He had a moment. She's sympathizing with him
Yeah.
because nobody else is going to do that. She sees that good in him and she's trying to nurture it. And that's exactly what Luke does. Luke,
Yeah.
just like his mother, senses the good in Vader, senses the Anakin's still in there, and at his dying, he throws his lightsaber away. He's like, I'm not going to strike my father down. I'm not going to join the dark side. And what does Vader do but come back? He destroys the Emperor. And it's parallel. It's
Yeah.
poetry, man. It's
It's like poetry.
It
It
rhymes.
rhymes.
It's supposed to, yeah. But like that flaw you're talking about with Padme, and then people, you can't make everybody happy
no.
Yeah.
because then Rey has like no flaws, and
I
can
don't
do
know.
everything.
She has.
And that's a problem
Well,
too.
yeah.
So everything's always a problem.
She's a different kind of character because like Luke and Anakin. Well, Anakin's sort of a OP from the start too, but it's different. Rey's
Well-
like has more of an internal. They all have an internal struggle, but a lot of her is like, I guess, self-esteem. I think
Yeah.
that's what is
Yeah.
interesting about her character to me is that she can do everything, but she doesn't see herself as being the hero. And like in 7 and 8, she like kind of wants nothing to do with it. In 7, at the start, she wants to run away when Maz Kanata offers her the lightsaber, but then she accepts it at the end. In episode 8, she's going to Luke. She literally says, "I want someone to show me my place in this story,"
Mm-hmm.
but she has to find her own place.
Yeah. She fails bringing Kylo to the
Right.
light. She really kind of fails her Jedi training. She fails all those people on Crate who died. She wasn't there for them.
Yeah.
I don't think she's just good at everything. I just think that we're viewing the story through her perspective, and like she's the hero kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's things I think we could have done better with her, but I do think she's. I mean, Luke fails once in the 3 movies he's in.
When in episode 5.
Yeah,
When he fights Vader and loses.
and even then, he got away.
Yeah.
He saved his friends, and then they, you know what I mean.
They go
It's-
back and save Han later anyways, and none of the main characters die. But I guess that's true in all the movies, for the most part.
But I just think that the focus should have been more on what is going to make her a hero instead of just how are we going to get her from point A to point B.
Yeah,
You know?
that's the big thing.
Yeah, her
For me.
her backstory is all over the place. I've read that like at one point she was going to be a Kenobi.
Yeah.
And I preferred her being nobody.
Just Rey.
Yes,
Yeah,
nobody.
That was the best.
It was the
thing
best.
they did. That was a good like parallel to Luke.
Right,
ending
who's
up
also a
being-
nobody.
Right. But like him ending up like, oh shit, this bad guy I'm fighting is my father. Rey almost sort of wishes she had something like that to
Right.
make it more of a simple path to follow. And it's like, no, you're nobody, and now you're at the center of all this conflict. And you got to figure it out.
And I really hate how they shoehorn. Like you said, nobody dies, but like Obi-Wan dies,
True.
Yoda dies, and the Emperor died. He
Well,
should have stayed dead,
should
and they
have stayed
didn't. They
dead.
Darth Maul should have been dead too.
But,
You know what I
okay,
mean?
but
But I do
agree,
like all
yeah.
that other
But
Darth
that
Maul
worked,
stuff.
That one worked out.
Yeah, it did
luckily.
work out. But
Darth
like in
Maul-
that one where she thinks Chewbacca got killed, I
That
never
was
thought
so
that.
Stupid.
It was
not even for a minute.
yeah.
Well, they immediately
Chewbacca's
show
in the
him being
trailer
okay.
for the movie later on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They immediately show him being okay.
Right,
yeah, it's
immediately.
Like
They
there's
should
no
have
time.
Maybe if they at least waited until the rest of the characters realized it, might have been better. But yeah, the fact that they couldn't even let the audience go 5 minutes without knowing he was okay.
C-3PO too was
Yeah.
you're going to be ruined. Well, not quite so much.
Yeah. No.
And I remember in the trailer, I thought because you know about like the Hidden Fortress stuff.
I know, like
How
Star Wars was
R2D,
inspired by it.
yeah, and they could have made C-3PO the hero of the whole freaking thing. Like I was thinking, they show it in the trailer, his eyes turn red,
Right.
and it's really basically when he's getting rebooted.
Right.
Big deal. But his eyes turned red before he blew up and killed the Emperor, and he sacrificed himself. That would have been amazing.
Even if it was like, I remember that before the movie came out, there was a poster of him with like Chewie's bandolier and holding the crossbow, and I was like,
saw
"Oh
that.
shit!" And he's got the red eyes. Are they gonna put him in like kick-ass mode? And
That
he's gonna
would've
go
been
mow
awesome.
People down? But no, he just like carries it for a scene, and then has the red eyes when he's being rebooted.
Right, and that's it. I did like them little guys though.
Babu Frick.
Yeah,
Well,
they're pretty cool.
Good, you like them because they're about to show up in the new
Oh,
Yeah,
Mandalorian
I
movie.
noticed that.
Oh,
I
hope that movie's good.
I hope it's good too.
I think
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
People that I watch, I think they're too cynical,
I might
and
be a
too
little
much stuff has
cynical.
been too bad for too long. But
The third season was kind
I
of
didn't
a
even
stinker
watch
to
it.
me. Well,
I
there you go.
liked the third season.
Really?
Yeah,
I
he
did.
did.
I
It
thought
wasn't
was
as
a
good
lot
as
of
the
fun.
first two.
It was.
I love the end of that.
totally
The,
different.
when Luke Skywalker comes out.
Yeah, that
Man,
was would've been a
every
perfect
time I
end
get
for the
chills.
show.
It was
Yeah,
great.
it's so good, and that kind of was the end of that story. in
Yeah,
a way. Like,
right.
He,
It should have been.
he saved Grogu and then got
Well,
him
and
where
then
he
he
needs to
goes
be.
and we do like a Luke Skywalker thing with him starting his Jedi Academy. And
Right.
He's the like
That could have been a good third season.
Sure.
Instead of shoehorning it into the Boba Fett show,
Yeah,
they could have
okay.
had that be a
Ah,
full season storyline of having Mando doing his shit, Grogu with Luke, and then have them come back together at the end.
Yeah, that'd have been cool.
But now, if someone were to just happen to turn on Disney Plus and watch The Mandalorian and go from the end of season 2 to season 3, it's like, wait, what the fuck happened?
Right.
That is something that I think was a giant misstep. And like I think it was Favreau and Filoni who said that the Book of Boba Fett and all this other stuff, it's spin-offs of one story.
Right.
So like it's
they should
still
still-
his story. It's still we're
Yeah.
watching Din Djarin's story.
Yeah.
You know, and I would have been fine with that if they kept Boba Fett around.
That's true. I don't
you
know
what
why
I mean?
they just dropped him off. You haven't
Right.
seen him since the Boba Fett show. I still like Boba Fett. His show wasn't great, but I still want to see that character.
Because Tamara Morrison is 110% on board with coming back.
Yeah.
Like, and
He
is
could
getting
lose a
upset
couple
that
pounds.
he's not coming back.
Boba Fett.
He's a good actor. I think he's underutilized because he's Aquaman's dad too, and he does a good job in that.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's a good actor. Him and Daniel Logan will go to cons and stuff like that as Django and Boba or Boba and Boba.
Well, that's
Right.
cool.
And they both absolutely love this stuff. And it's wild
That's
that you
cool.
don't utilize these
utilize
two
them
people
more.
because it's Boba and Fett.
Yeah. Everyone loves Boba Fett.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and he was really cool in season 2.
Yeah.
I really liked the way he looked. And I liked the Book of Boba Fett enough. Like I think
like-
it's corny and cheesy,
Yeah.
but there's something about that I
Star Wars
enjoyed.
is allowed to be a little campy.
Yeah.
I think Star Wars can be campy.
like
Um,
Yeah, that's a good point. Those Vespa people, though,
them
it's
people.
Too, that's
I
over.
loved them.
that
They were
just doesn't
so
really.
dumb, dude. The spin
I don't
shoot, I'm
know.
all
Yeah.
for it.
Those like bright, like
Yeah.
colorful, yeah,
Slow
Vespas, like you said.
moving.
Yeah, exactly. Those just don't feel like they fit in that vibe of that show at all.
Oh, Lord.
Or
and they just-
anywhere.
or the characters themselves just
Yeah.
look way too
Caricature.
modern.
Yeah.
They don't look like they don't have that Star Wars look. to them.
overly steampunked or
Yeah,
they're it's a choice. But there was I don't know. I bought into it after a while. I was like, okay, well, this is what we're doing.
The stuff with the Tusken Raiders is incredible.
Yeah, I
my
like that.
God.
If
a
there was
lot.
just a movie that was just that, then it would be like 10 out of 10 for me.
Oh, that's another thing. Like this was supposed to be a movie.
Right. and
The
then-
Kenobi
Yeah,
show was supposed
right.
to be a movie.
But then I guess the Solo movie bombed at the box office, and then they had Disney Plus coming out. They needed to put shows on the platform. Just make everything a show.
Right.
You know, I've been reading a lot of the extended universe legend stuff,
Mhm.
and there's quite a bit of good stories in there that they have.
Are you talking about the old stuff or the new
Yeah,
stuff?
like
the old
I'm
stuff
at
is
the
great.
end of I, Jedi, which is the book that starts Luke's Jedi Academy, and I think reintroduces a character called Exar Kun, who in no way, shape, or form matters at all. But it's just a force that the young Jedi have to go up against, kind of thing. Just make that. Just
Yeah.
animate that. Because you're hyper focusing on now the in between 3 and 4
Yeah.
and 7, 6 and 7 that we
But
don't
it's so
see.
closer to 6. Like they're not.
Yeah.
I think they're afraid to get close to the sequels right now. You
But
know
we
what I
need
mean?
Oh,
to see
definitely.
what
even though
the
they're
trilogy,
that's what they're working
the
towards.
squad is doing. We have to see what they're doing.
I know. I wish they didn't. I'm not a big fan of the CGI faces or whatever, the deep fake faces. I wish they would just
Just recast.
have some balls, recast them. I
Yeah.
like the guy that played Han Solo. I thought he did a
Oh,
good job.
God,
Yeah, he's
such
in
a
a new
great
movie.
young Han
I'd be
Solo.
happy
What
to
was his
see him
name?
again.
Taron Egerton?
No,
Or, what is it?
Edgerton.
Alden.
Alden.
Ehrenreich.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's him. Who am I thinking of?
you're
That's
thinking of
Eggsy.
Elton John.
Kingsman. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
He was just on one of those late night shows. That's nice.
But just recast those 3 characters. It would be great to see them in that era of like the Mandalorian movies.
Yeah.
They're obviously leading into some sort of Thrawn culmination storyline that's like the Heir to the Empire trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But they're not gonna do that.
They're just gonna do it with like Ahsoka and whoever the fuck else.
Like, it's cool that Thrawn's gonna have some space battle against Admiral Akbar,
yeah,
but I don't feel like those two are on the same plane.
yeah,
Right, they're
Akbar
not.
Is,
I would say that because the Thrawn guy is more insidious,
yeah,
whereas Akbar is a battle general kind of guy.
right.
Well, and right now, he's the head of the Empire. He's the top brass of the Remnant.
Right.
So he should be going up against, I think, Leia. How they kind of do it in the book
Yeah.
is that Leia's his foe,
Right.
but they're not doing that for some reason because they're afraid to recast the Carrie Fisher character. And
Yeah.
Yeah, they
have
need to
Princess
get over
Leia.
that because let me tell you something. They do it with James Bond. Have been doing it for decades, and everybody has their favorite James Bond and goes to see James Bond movie. It doesn't. It
Right.
never ruins anything.
Right.
They should have recast the Black Panther,
Yeah.
and they should recast all these people. And I don't know if Alden. I thought I liked that Han Solo movie,
Yeah.
and he's okay. He's just not Harrison Ford.
Yeah. And,
And
no one's
nobody's
gonna be.
doing
No,
a
you're
good
never
Han
gonna be.
Solo.
Yeah,
Right.
His Han Solo, he's not doing
And it's a
Harrison
younger
Ford.
Right.
Han Solo.
Yeah.
Right.
On top of it, it would be
So
interesting to
recast
see him.
people.
Yeah.
And I get Chadwick Boseman wanted them to recast him
Yeah. I think.
so that his character could have a legacy, and they totally
Yeah.
buggered that.
Well, now it's going to be his son, I guess, that they
Okay.
introduced at the end of the second one.
Yeah,
I didn't
but
watch the
Dr.
second
Doom's
one.
about to
I started
kidnap
to,
his
and I
kid
just
and
couldn't
restart
get
the
into
I
it.
fell
universe.
asleep in the theater watching it.
Really?
It was
Wow.
late, but
I fell
Yeah.
asleep during Captain America: Brave New World. and
that one
I
was
haven't seen the end of it
that was
either.
a stinker. That one felt like a CW show almost, versus like an actual blockbuster movie.
Wow. Well, it was not a blockbuster, that's for sure.
I haven't been keeping up with Marvel really at all.
But you don't
Not
even have to
as much as
bother
I
because the
used
new
to,
movie's
yeah.
going to retcon all that stuff anyway.
That's
but I'm
what I
not
hear.
even looking forward to that.
I am.
I'm cynically,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah,
like,
right.
It's gonna be a cash grab, but like I can't help but like want to see all those characters
Yeah.
together.
And
It's
what are they
gonna
going to
be
do with
cool.
all of that?
Yeah,
It's way over. There's too much of everything.
it's like
uh,
morbid curiosity.
yeah.
I don't
How
know
are they
what it's
gonna
gonna
do
be.
it?
I'm excited for Spider-Man. I'm
Yeah.
a big Spider-Man guy. That movie looks good, but
Yeah.
beyond that, I'm kind of checked out of Marvel.
It's kind of wild that it's just gone this way.
Yeah,
It is.
It's so weird that that's where, because Kevin Feige, no,
That's the Marvel guy.
Yeah.
that is him.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kevin Feige has been around Marvel since
From the
X-
the
inception.
start of
Consumer,
Marvel.
yeah.
Yeah,
Movies,
the
yeah.
movie Marvel, and like so you would think he would know what worked, what didn't work, with, and like kind of
And then adjust accordingly?
Yeah,
Instead of
right.
just doing the same bad ideas over and over again?
because
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I liked She-Hulk, and I think that was the last one I watched.
Yeah,
And the end of that, where she broke out of Disney Plus and talked to
Right.
the Feige robot.
yeah.
I was like, okay, this is all stupid. This is just stupid. Like, why? You didn't have an ending. And
Yeah.
it's what it shows. So there's no roadmap anymore. I don't know. It just feels like there isn't somebody behind the wheel who cares about where we're going.
I think
Exactly.
yeah, higher up studio execs are probably a big blame
Mm-hmm.
because
100% to blame.
with Disney Plus coming out, I think when Disney Plus coming out was a big marker for when things started to go
Yeah.
down the drain because they wanted to fill up their platform and they rushed out all these shows and movies to put on there and they
Right.
suffered for it.
And then people could not be wrong.
Yeah.
So they have to, and they're up here, so everybody else has to conform to that. And they have to do that, even though it's a bad idea.
Right.
And it really tanked everything.
Yeah.
I think it was
And doing
around-
stuff by committee and scrapbooking are the worst ideas ever.
Yeah.
Ever. It's not an accident that George Lucas wanted. Irvin Kershner said no to Empire Strikes Back to begin with.
Yeah.
And he kept pestering him because he was a mentor of his and he knew that guy has a vision. It's not going to be, it wasn't his,
Right.
George Lucas's. It was all Irvin Kershner. And the guy that wrote it, who was a great writer, I can't think of his name right now. They both wrote it. The script, I mean. And then he steps back and he's like, yeah, well, maybe that light needs to be over here. You know
Yeah,
what I
he
mean? He
becomes
was
an
more
executive
like a producer guy. And he said one time, I saw an interview, he's like, TV is like the director gets told what to do, and that's what he's going to do. And he kind of did it with Richard Marquand in Jedi. And you still see his fingerprints all over everything, but the one guy has a vision and went through with it.
Yeah.
And they don't do that. They think they want to make sure everybody in this room is going to pay to see that movie.
Yeah.
And it don't work. It never worked.
They got to take risks, and
Yes.
they're afraid to do that. That's why everything is an established franchise
Right.
now. It's got to be a remake or a reboot,
Yeah.
or else it's not getting any budget. That's for damn sure.
Right.
But like then you got like A24 funding these smaller movies with actual artists behind the camera, and
right.
they're all talked about. It's the thing everybody wants to go see.
Yeah.
It's breaths of fresh air in the sea of mediocrity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even the bad ones are.
They're still interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still made by
Well, you
someone
gotta
with a
check
vision.
that out.
Right.
It's you know what I mean? Like
you gotta, yeah.
nobody.
What's
the
a bad one?
Last Unicorn, the Death Unicorn, whatever
Oh, I
that
never
one
saw
with the
that yet.
monster unicorn and Paul Rudd.
That's not good?
I don't know if it's good,
Oh.
but it's
I didn't bother to watch it yet either.
wild and interesting to even think about.
Yeah,
What
that's true.
the hell is that? You know what I mean? I saw the trailer and wanted to go see it, kind of thing,
Yeah.
because the premise of the movie sold.
Yeah. I
Is-
saw the trailer and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
And
And
Paul Rudd is I think he's a charming guy. You can say whatever you want about him, but when he's on screen, I think he's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just cool. So at least you'd have that.
I just
And violence.
because like we're Courtney and I are rewatching all these Pixar movies, and every single one of them, yeah, you can tell like Randy Newman made music here and there. You can tell John Lasseter directed here and there. They've got an identity. They've got
Yeah.
a fingerprint on them, a signature, if
Yeah.
you will. You know, and it's just instead of it being, and we say, well, it's a Pixar charm, or it's the Pixar because that meant something. It doesn't hold any value anymore.
Right.
Like it's become a machine
Yeah.
that, ironically, the
Yeah.
progenitors of imagination and dreaming big have just siphoned and chokehold what that is.
Well, it's named after the Pixar machine too that
Created
George Lucas created that made
that made
and now
Attack
it's
of the
its
Clones.
own machine
Yeah.
that can't work.
And it's why I think around 2018 their CEO changed.
Yeah.
What,
And-
Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he, instead of giving, because like John Lasseter had full creative control, he did not have to get any green light from anybody. He had the end all be all. And then
Final cut.
he left the company, and the CEO changed, and now nobody has that anymore. They do not give
Right.
anybody that kind of power,
Yeah.
Right.
and it shows. Every single one of these things, just across the board, even like Warner Brothers, like the whole James Gunn being promoted to head of DC,
Yeah.
I think was a big risk they took.
Yeah.
It's a pretty calculated risk though, because he's got a track record that's
Oh, yeah.
stellar.
Everyone loves Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy. The Suicide Squad was
Yeah.
great.
It was-
Yeah,
that
so
was
they
really
give him the
good.
keys and trust him,
Right.
but you're not seeing that anymore.
No,
you're not
that's like
seeing-
such a rare thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin Feige, I guess, is like Kevin Feige's not an artist. He's a good producer.
yeah, he's a business guy.
Exactly. He knows how to make movies happen, but he should not be the.
Stick in your lane.
He needs because James Gunn's the creative guy. There's like
Yeah.
two heads of DC. They got the businessman and
Mm-hmm.
then the creative guy, and that's what like the MCU needs. Maybe that's what Star Wars needs.
Well,
And I guess they're kind of doing that. Dave Filoni's going to be the new head,
Right.
and they'll have. I can't remember exactly if it's going to be him and like someone else in a similar sort of situation.
I don't know. I don't know what Kathleen's doing.
She's
I think
she's
she's
leaving.
just retiring.
Yeah.
Is she just retiring?
Yeah, or from Lucasfilm. I'm sure she'll go produce other movies.
She's done.
I think-
so much.
I think she gets a bad rap.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
does.
I think she got herself a bad rap.
She
I
did an
don't
exit
know.
interview with like Variety or one of those, like Hollywood Reporter, one of those places, and it was interesting. It was one of those read between the lines type of things where she was talking about how she'd have her meetings with Disney executives, about projects, and they would tell her, be bold, do these bold things, and then they'd constantly be shooting down these bold ideas.
Right.
Because they can't be wrong.
Exactly.
But like George handed her the keys. That was part of the
right.
deal.
She's
Yeah.
she's been a part of like the most iconic movies of all time. She was, she worked with Steven Spielberg over at Amblin, like E.T. and
Raiders,
Raiders,
Temple of
right.
Doom.
Yeah.
Her name is everywhere.
yeah,
She's a very important person in Hollywood, and
right.
because you can count on your hand the amount of bad Star Wars projects since Disney took over.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot. The problem is that there just happens to be frequent, instead of years in between.
Oh yeah,
a
there's-
bad
you're getting
project, a
multiple
good
things
project, a bad
year. And it's just too much all at once.
like.
Also,
Go ahead.
like you said, she was told be bold. I believe that 100%. And I think they started making stuff for people that didn't want it. And then started blaming everybody else why those people didn't show up, which were never going to show up ever to begin with. And they put everything on that and did not course correct. They just kept driving the Titanic past the iceberg.
Yeah.
But it's still a functioning ship, though. That's what I'm saying. Like you can count the bad Star Wars. You really can't count
Right.
the good stuff.
Well, like my favorite, I think it's the best thing maybe ever made from Star Wars. Definitely the best thing Disney's produced in Star Wars is Andor.
Yeah,
And
by far.
Tony Gilroy has said like Kathleen Kennedy was the biggest supporter, like fought for that show to get made.
And that's
Because that
bold.
does not seem like something the Disney suits would want
Right.
to even be made at all.
But that's the boldness is it's just set in this universe, and here's a whole nother different aspect of
Completely
it.
different vibe.
Not here. This is for you too.
Right.
Here you go. And like, I don't eat cake.
But here, I don't like Andor, the show. I think it's a giant misstep.
I think
Think
it's
so?
awesome.
I do.
Wow.
Not because I think the show is bad, but because what was set up in Rogue One
Mhm.
is not the thing that this is not preceding that. In Rogue One, Cassian Andor is like, I've been in this fight since I've been 12. You don't know what it's like. But like in Andor, we find out that he's just now joined the rebellion.
Well,
He's not this.
it's not. He hasn't literally been in the rebellion since he was 6. But I think how the show sort of reconciles that is that the thing. He has been in the fight since he was 6. The problem being like imperialism.
It's a
Like-
different fight.
right?
You know-
but it's still the same fight against
An oppressor.
exactly.
He did tell the truth from a certain point of view.
There you go. Exactly.
But why
It's
Andor
par for
works
the
so
course.
well, and even the thing I have to give it praise for is that Andor doesn't need the Star Wars facade to be a story on its own. It's
You're
a
right.
story about
Exactly.
a
That's
guy.
why
It's
it's
just
perfect.
icing on the cake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why.
And everybody wants the icing on the cake.
Exactly.
But that's why those first 6 movies are the core Star Wars. Each one of them is a story that happens to be flavored like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Episode 1 is a political drama with
A political drama road movie.
yeah,
It's-
but
yeah,
it's
that-
got
oh, these
espionage
always-
and what is
It's got
the thing?
it's got a big race in it.
It's got a big
It's
race, a
little bit of
really
a kid's
awesome
movie.
race.
Yeah.
And like episode 2 is a
It's a detective
romance
and a
film noir.
romance,
Yeah. Episode 3 is a
It's like a
Greek
tragedy.
You know what I mean?
exactly,
Like
right.
these stories exist without the Star Wars
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
veil, and that's why they hold up still.
Mhm.
Even the
Because
worst
it's
one
timeless.
Yeah.
is still better than the best product one. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
Content.
that kind of makes like your point you were making earlier about the sequels. Even though I am a defender, those movies aren't. You can't say the same thing about those movies. They're
You
just.
can't.
It's a Star Wars movie.
Which is great, and
Right.
when it's utilizing its own power, that's where it shines.
Right.
But like even like the best episodes of the Clone Wars aren't just Star Wars. They're deeper than just what you're looking at. Same with Rebels. I
And that
hated
Maul
Rebels
movie.
for the longest time.
Yeah.
But I came around to it, and I like it.
It is definitely a kid's show. There's no getting around that. But it's a pretty good kid's show.
Right.
I think it has a good story. I like the main cast.
The Maul show is a show about people just trying to escape tyranny. They're just trying to look for
And revenge.
freedom
Yeah.
and the oppressive force that's constantly hunting them down. Like if you can describe your story like that, and then say, but our main character is Luke Skywalker, then you've got a good story.
Yeah, right. You got something to go on. You have a foundation.
Right.
Like Kenobi, the Kenobi show I loved, but it could have been better in so many ways if instead of just focusing on
Yeah.
you
If
know,
it was
oh,
a
well, what's
fistful of
Kenobi
dollars
over?
on Tatooine,
Then
it would have
been
perfect.
Yeah.
great.
I don't know.
But
why they had to
having
put-
him, Leia,
Yeah, that was
and
such a
then
weird choice.
all that, and him and Darth Vader, they should not be that 10 years apart. The 20 years apart is way better.
yeah.
I think that if they would have focused on his PTSD
Yeah.
with everything that he has been through and have the whole Leia adventure, that could be fine. I didn't hate that. I hated the fact that then we had to become a goofy cartoon almost halfway through that whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, like the part where they come up on that laser fence in the road that they could have just walked around.
yeah,
And it was a big
lot of
problem.
goofy
Come on,
things.
man.
it's weird. 'Cause like when he's on that hill and he looks
lazy.
over and Hayden Christensen's looking at him,
Mm-hmm.
like that stuff was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Darth Vader would not have stopped.
Looking for Kenobi?
Yeah,
Well-
that would have never happened. He hated him so much at that point.
Right.
It would not. It would have never ended. And I think the only reason they had that Darth Vader be in it whatsoever was that cut in his
Yeah.
helmet, just to do that in live action. And they thought people were going to think this is the greatest thing, but it's cake, and you
Right.
can't have just cake.
Yeah.
Well, and like
Sorry,
I think
kids.
I've pointed out to you before that Rebels did that too with Ahsoka.
right.
Ahsoka slashed his helmet, Kenobi slashed his helmet, but the only person to get Anakin out of that helmet was Luke.
Right.
You know, they both kind of got
great.
they got to him,
Right.
but that
And it was violence that they got to him,
Exactly.
and love that took it off.
exactly.
It's not about destroying what you hate. It's about saving what
Yeah.
you love. Everyone's
I
most hated
hate
line.
Rose, but I
But
love
the
that.
line is
That's
true.
perfect.
It's a true line. It's just in the context of that scene. It's like, not the time.
No.
We've all got.
That was such
We're
a
all
But
about
she
to
was
get
an
loaded on.
annoying
for
character.
Yeah.
I
They should have got
love that.
Aquafina to play her.
I
Oh,
love
God.
Aquafina.
I hate
Aquafina.
I'm with you.
Oh man!
Did you see Renfield?
No.
It's
that-
good despite her.
Okay. Like, I hated her in
I-
Shang-Chi.
I had to stop watching Shang-Chi because I just can't
She
take
was-
her.
yeah.
She's what's her name? J-Lo. She's a terrible actress. I love George Clooney. They're in a movie together. I'm like, I can't watch any more of this. And I used to think, well, you're being to people that are like that. And then I watched that J-Lo movie. I'm like, I guess I get it now. It's unwatchable.
Have you read any of the Darth Vader comics?
No. I'm pretty much just movies and shows with Star Wars.
I think so Darth Vader to me, what's interesting about it is that it's not a different person than Anakin.
Yeah, they're the same character. People like to be like they're different characters.
Yeah.
They're not. Maybe that's what, Anakin might try to make it seem that way. He wants to leave Anakin behind and just be someone else entirely, but
But
not
it's-
how
It was there
works.
all the
Same
time.
guy.
Right, yeah.
Like when he's having that argument or discussion with Padme about, well, then they should be made to.
Yeah.
That stuff is deep seated.
Right.
So you can see, like you were saying, where the Darth Vader comes from.
right.
It's always been there.
And like when he's telling Kenobi, he's like, "I'm not your failure. You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
I did. It's he consumed himself.
Yeah.
It's not a I'm not your failure. This is just who I've always been. I'm the same guy."
Yeah.
And in the comic, because you're focusing on Darth Vader, who is so mystical, he's just evil. Well, how are you gonna give that character depth? And they peel off the mask. It's still Anakin. Anakin still has these feelings. Why Darth Vader is still pushing is because Anakin still cannot live with the fact that this is who he is.
Yeah.
Like he's the reason every little thing bad happened to him.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think him being Darth Vader is just him constantly trying to ignore that. I don't think he really right, exactly. I don't think deep down he really gives a shit about the Empire or like, you know what I mean? I don't think he truly believes
It's
in
just another thing.
Right, it's basically like throwing yourself into your work when you're sad, you
Right.
know? It's just a distraction.
And so when Anakin's meditating and he's just seeing all like Padme's death and he's just this chaotic ball in the Force, it's really I think it adds to the depth of this character that he's not only is he just a tragic character, but he's so broken and so far gone that there's no escape for him at all.
Yeah.
And the one light he sees kind of in his Force world, because he's just a soul-sucking pit of darkness.
Yeah.
And he's attracted to this light is Luke. And they're the opposite ends of the spectrum kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. But like it's just it's
Well,
cool.
it's interesting. I mean, like we were talking about how both Obi-Wan and Ahsoka, they broke that helmet, but neither of them could get through because they're too connected to the old Anakin.
Yeah. They
But-
want him to be something
Yeah,
else.
right.
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 But Luke is something new entirely. He's
Yeah.
the new generation. He thought his children were dead. You know, he thought that that died a long time ago, but it's a new hope for Anakin.
Right.
I like to read because when Vader senses Obi-Wan on the Death Star, he's like, I felt the presence I've not felt since, and he's cut off and he walks away. I like to think that it's not Obi-Wan he's feeling, that it is Luke and Leia,
Yeah.
and he's feeling Padme,
Yeah.
and that's why he runs off, and he just happens to bump into Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way
You know
better.
what I mean? Because at this point, it's Obi-Wan. I haven't seen him in 10 years, so like, big deal there. But this is my kid,
Mm-hmm.
and they,
Yeah, that makes way more sense. That's not how it was intended, obviously.
Right.
But
Oh,
it's
yeah,
way
not a-
it enhances it a lot to think of it that way.
and that's something else the comic does too. It's like when Luke blows up the Death Star, Vader wants to know who the hell blew up the
Yeah.
fucking
I
Death
have
Star.
I've seen that like just in online. I've seen that picture. where
It
he
sends
finds
Boba
out.
Fett. Yeah,
Yes.
that's so cool. I like also that like with Boba Fett being a clone, why Vader uses him so much is because he sounds like Captain Rex,
Yeah.
who he was a big fan of, and it's just something to connect him.
Oh, that's something I'd love to see. Do they ever even show like Captain Rex knowing that Darth Vader's Anakin?
No.
That would be
There's only a
that'd be
handful
something
of
I'd be
people who
interested
do.
to. Yeah.
Usually, if you know Darth Vader is Anakin, Darth Vader kills you.
Right. Yeah.
Like Thrawn figured it out because Thrawn had a side adventure with Anakin back during the age of the Clone Wars,
Yeah.
and then when when Palpatine reintroduces him to Vader, he puts stuff together, and he's like, when I was here, I was with somebody named Skywalker,
Yeah.
and just like looks at him and he's like, you keep pushing these buttons, Thrawn, you'll wish you didn't. And he kind of gets his confirmation. So there's only a handful of people who do know that.
Yeah.
And Luke being, of course, one of them. And then, because even when he kills him, they don't send that knowledge everywhere. They're not like, oh yeah,
I
Luke
think it
was
comes
Vader's
out later in like a book.
kid. They talk about
Like
it.
a
In,
political opponent of Leia uses it against her. It was like her dad is Darth Vader. She's evil, guys.
in that I, Jedi book, he's training Force-sensitive people who have fallen to the dark side. And our main character is like, well, how can you trust him? And he's like, well, let me tell you something. Darth Vader was my dad, and I was able to redeem him. I know that there's good in people. It's not just... Everybody has a chance, kind of thing. And that's a cool... I never really understood what people were saying when they're like, oh, The Last Jedi ruined Luke, which I still don't agree with.
Yeah.
But seeing the Luke who's the optimist
Yeah.
is refreshing too.
It's two different like interpretations. I don't think it's like out of character for him in Last
I don't
Jedi.
either.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
he's-
the only other two Jedis he's ever known, Obi-Wan Kenobi, who was exiled on Tatooine,
Right.
and Yoda, who was exiled on Dagobah.
Yeah, he's
So
just-
what's he going to do?
Exactly.
Go into exile, just like they did.
And people claim that he should have never even, like, it was out of character of him to even pull his lightsaber on Ben Solo. But I think, compared to the last time, it showed some restraint. The parallel between him, like, hacking at Darth Vader and cutting
Yeah,
off his hand
because Luke
versus him
has
pulling
been
it out and
tempted.
putting it away. I think the biggest flaw of that scene is that they should have shown what Luke saw in Ben's mind.
yeah.
And that would have, like,
Oh,
sold the weight of it. You know
let
what I
me
mean?
let me walk you through something. Okay,
Yeah.
let me walk you through something. So you Luke Skywalker,
Uh-huh.
right? And you fought Darth Vader. You started a new Jedi Order.
Right.
Everybody knows your name. You are the biggest
Yeah.
person in the galaxy.
Yeah.
You
the
know,
legend.
you are the hope.
Yes.
You're training your nephew, somebody who looks up to you. You see he's struggling with something, so you reach into his force, and you feel the fucking Emperor
Right.
looking
true.
back at you.
Yeah.
Instinct, he grabbed his lightsaber and ignited it.
Yeah.
He thought he was feeling Snoke, but then we have the
Now we know it's the Emperor.
that it was not Snoke, that it was the Emperor, and it was just instinct. And then he says, "I shouldn't have done it," and it doesn't matter because by the time
It was too late.
It was too
Ben
late.
Solo woke up and saw him holding the lightsaber.
and like that was it. So the last time Luke saw the Emperor, he was battling the dark side himself
Right.
and about to die. Like he was taken right back to that
Yeah.
moment on the Death Star where it all almost ended.
Yeah.
When Luke is fighting Vader and he's beating him down and he's cutting off his arm, the music is the Emperor's theme.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the dark side is, and that's what works so good about that scene is because he stops. He's like, strike him down,
Yeah.
kill him, and he looks at his hand and he looks at his dad's hand and he sees
Oh.
the exact path.
That
Right.
might be like the best scene in all.
I'm
of
getting
Star Wars.
chills. Oh, it's so
good.
awesome.
So good.
Uh,
Ugh.
so yeah, when he looks into Ben and he's like, God, I felt Snoke in his possession of him. It's not Snoke.
It's Palpatine.
It's Palpatine, and somehow Palpatine returned.
Oh my gosh. I saw recently Oscar Isaac said that was like a reshoot scene.
Oh, wonderful.
Just going to show how all over the place the production of that movie was.
Those three really got the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
Rey, Finn, and Poe are
Especially
a
Finn.
wonderful
Yeah.
group of people. Like their time together, their little banter they have in
Yeah.
Episode 9,
It's good.
love it.
It
Yeah,
sucks
they're
that
all
it took till
distinct
that
characters
movie.
too. It
Yeah.
was great.
And they don't feel like they're, oh well, he's the Luke and he's the Han. And
No,
he's
not
the
at
Leia,
all.
you know what I
Rey's
mean?
like kind of the Luke, but she's also, she flies the Millennium Falcon. Poe flies the X-Wing, is kind of Han Solo-ish. Finn's completely like his own character. He doesn't have like,
Finn.
I can't really compare him to anybody from any of the other movies.
What is his name? John Boyega.
Yeah.
To be such a huge Star Wars fan
Yeah.
and to be basically sidelined
Yeah.
for 3 movies.
Yeah.
Such a shame. Such a shame. He should have been a Force sensitive.
I guess that's technically what he was going to tell Rey in Episode 9.
Yeah, I heard
that's
that
such
too.
a bizarre choice they made in that movie to set that up and then have it.
It's not
Like
paid
nothing
off.
come of it. They
Mhm.
never acknowledge it again. It's so weird.
I think in the book, he says like, "I love you" is what he was gonna say. Could have said that too at
Yeah.
any point in time.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why that had to be such a secret. I don't know why him being Force sensitive had to be such a secret from Poe.
Leia should have known.
That movie's so
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
I love the Leia Force stuff too.
Yeah. I like
Leia's a
that they
Skywalker,
made her a
too.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know the visual of her flying through space is kind of goofy, but I don't think it like breaks canon or anything.
No.
It's awesome.
And it's cool that they showed her she had a lightsaber and she did actually train to be a Jedi. There are good things in Episode 9, even though that movie sucks.
The lightsaber snapped in 2.
Yeah.
Really cool scene.
I love
Beautiful shot with the
and then going through the
the hold-on maneuver.
but it breaks canon.
Oh my God.
It doesn't make sense.
I don't even understand that.
It-
And they're like, well,
Yeah.
why didn't they do it all along? Well, nobody else thought of it till
Why did-
just now either.
People generally don't want to kill themselves if they don't have to.
Right.
Well,
Like,
you
that's-
can
you know what I
program a droid to do it.
And waste a whole ship?
Droids are
Like,
sentient. by
That
the way.
too, yeah.
It's so fucking cool. It's so cool.
The rule of cool trumps all.
There's always a first time for everything.
Yeah,
There always
true.
is. And
Same
even-
with Luke's thing at the end, like projecting himself. People were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like, that shit was awesome.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it was cool as hell. And the music, again, they play the Force theme, and then when he dies, he pulls himself up on the rock and he sees the double sunset.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love
Chef's kiss.
I
the,
really like
the
that,
music
too.
when he's walking out, like onto the battlefield. It sounds like the Imperial March,
Mhm.
but it's like a little different. But it, you know, 'cause
I want
he's like,
every single gun we have to fire on that man.
I like, too, when he comes out of from nowhere.
Yeah.
And everybody's just like, what's going on? And then they all kind of just follow him out
Oh, it's
just
awesome.
to watch.
Oh, it's awesome.
That was
Because he's
great.
the legend.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
And then he gives Leia the dice.
It's
I
so
hate
good.
that. You,
That's
you
people,
said that on purpose.
Because he hates it.
You don't like him getting the dice?
Don't forget the stupid dice. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
Fair enough. I think they are only in A New Hope.
Yeah, for
before
like 5
that.
seconds.
They're just a background prop.
Yeah.
Never,
and
ever
they're just
even
regular
noticed them.
dice. Exactly. Yeah.
It
It was
I
just like a
kinda
fun
get it.
fact.
if it was, I don't know, something Han had that was more identifiable to
Yeah.
Han, because I don't think,
I guess they retroactively made them kind of important in Solo.
yeah,
Right.
Kind of. But,
They-
I think they,
tried to.
did that.
but that
on
was after.
purpose.
That came out after The Last Jedi.
I think everybody was like, well, what's with the dice?
And he
Was
doesn't
Han
even
with
in
the
the
dice?
in the old EU. Aren't they the dice he used when he won the Millennium Falcon
I
in
think
a
they
game
are.
of
Like
Sabacc?
the trophy.
But in the new canon, they're just
This is dice.
dice.
Just
They should have
stupid.
been pink and big.
I guess they're for
fluffy
like.
ones.
Yeah. That would have been way cooler.
But I like that. Like nobody's ever really gone. Kind of like he's in your
Yeah.
heart kind of thing.
And then they
Especially
ruined
because
that
he
one.
knows he's about to kill himself.
Yeah. And I don't mind people criticize that he like went out like a bitch. He died for no reason. Like no, they say earlier in the movie when Kylo and Rey are seeing themselves, I think it's supposed to be implied that Kylo thinks she's projecting herself. And he's like, you couldn't do that. The effort would kill you. And it's like,
That-
yeah, he's doing something. He's making like however many fucking people see something that's not there. That takes a lot of effort.
Right, from a lot farther away.
But
Exactly.
then,
Potentially.
From like across the galaxy, probably.
but earlier on, Poe gets demoted, and Leia's like, you've got to be the spark of hope.
Yeah.
And then when Luke shows up, and everybody's like, we got to help him. He's like, no, he's here
Yeah.
for a reason. He's the spark that's going to light the flame
Right.
of the rebellion. We have to go.
Yeah.
He's buying us time. Like it's that arc. It's completed. It's not he's going out like a bitch.
Exactly.
He knows what he's doing.
Right.
Yes, it's not his story anymore.
He's passing the torch.
He's passing the torch. I love him bringing out, like, this is something that's why I love that movie, because there were details about it that I just realized more and more on every rewatch that just make it better. Like, I thought it was weird, and it's part of the misdirect, I guess, that he walks out and has the blue lightsaber. Like, why wouldn't he have his green one?
Mm-hmm.
But it's because at the beginning of the movie, Rey holds out the lightsaber to him and he denies it, and now he's accepting it. He's once again accepting that he is the legend, Luke Skywalker, and stuff like that. That's Episode 8's like my favorite of the sequels. I know-
Episode 8's damn good.
that's my biggest hot take as a Star Wars
So
fan.
good. And I love that it's getting, because Episode 5 wasn't well received when it first came out either.
Yeah,
It got critically stomped.
right.
The Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It was a different. I'm sure the culture and like conversation about movies in general was different.
Yeah,
back
it was
then, where it's
considerabely
not,
different.
You're not online talking
Yeah,
about
it wasn't
constantly.
everybody has something to say about it.
Yeah. Maybe like because I've read that too, that like critics didn't talk very good about The Empire Strikes Back when it first came out.
I wish that Rey either had her yellow lightsaber from the jump
In
of
9.
Episode 9,
Yeah.
or she was using Leia's lightsaber
Yeah,
as a hand-me-down kind of thing. I think that would have worked better.
yeah,
Because when that lightsaber shatters, just keep it shattered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was such a cool scene.
Let
They
it
should
be
have
the
let her
moment.
have in the alternate version or the original script. She should have had the double-sided lightsaber.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
She had the staff in the first one,
Right.
So she was
Yeah.
well versed with all that.
Exactly. That would have been really cool.
It was so awesome. That's so awesome. Man, I don't know, because that's where we're going, and like, the Mandalorian is working on setting up stuff for episode 7,
Right.
and it's almost like we're not seeing it happen. It's happening in the background, and we get the little pieces here and there.
I wish there was a Clone Wars type of show
Me too.
between 6 and 7 because
Me too.
I don't know. That era needs to be fleshed out way
Just
more.
Given time.
Yeah, there's 3 movies. You know, the prequels were not beloved when they came out. Then the Clone Wars came out. The kids grew up, and that era is fleshed out. All the plot holes have been filled.
You know what's wild is that they say that the prequels weren't loved when they first came out, but they all made like $1 billion.
Only episode 2 was the only Star Wars movie did not make the most money of the year it came out.
Really?
Only, and it was 2. It was number 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody goes to see them,
Right.
and everybody has something
Hope
crappy
this
to
will be
say.
the good one.
But the thing that everybody was saying about it was how it's not as good or whatever about the original ones, and I never wanted it to be anything even remotely like the original ones.
Yeah.
I wanted something new, and it was new enough for me. I loved it
Do you
right from
like
get go.
the lightsaber battles in those movies? The
In
prequels?
the new ones? Oh, in the prequels? Duel of the Fates is really good, and Anakin versus Obi-Wan is really good. Some of the other ones are not great. The Count Dooku fight in episode 2, I think, is not that good. Part of it's because they do it with Palpatine in episode 3. You know, Count Dooku and Palpatine are old men. They can't be moving around, and they do like the CGI face on them, and it just looks really goofy.
Yeah, I think the Palpatine one's the weakest one.
Yeah,
I saw on Reddit.
it does not work very good, unfortunately, because that should have been an awesome fight.
Yeah, it should have been.
Palpatine with Yoda or Palpatine with Windu?
Palpatine with Windu.
Yeah.
The one with Yoda is pretty good.
Yeah, but the 3 guys that he dispatches immediately,
Yeah,
come on.
kind of goofy.
I might have to tell you this after we cut, because I have a buddy who, because that like force yell he does as he's spinning up there.
Oh, sure. Well, it's like disorient. It's like,
yeah.
It's like the Battlefront. Like, press this button, and then they can't move, and you can kill them.
Exactly. But I saw on Reddit somebody said the super unnecessary flip that Dooku does in episode 3.
Yeah.
He's walking over the 2 battle droids and he does a flip
Yeah.
down there. He's like, oh no, why do that? Why is he CGI and all that stuff? And somebody was like, well, no, that's just what Christopher Lee did on the day of the set.
He's got to establish dominance.
I like that Dooku has the curved hilt, and there's not a definitive story about it. Like, it could be that it's better for dueling because real swords are based on. It was based on a real sword. It could be Christopher Lee's lineage goes back to Charlemagne, and his saber looked like that too.
Yeah.
But
I
there's
think
no
that's
real
probably
definitive.
it. If you watch the special features on this right here, the Phantom Menace one, they go to Ewan McGregor and they're like, well, which
Oh,
one do
yeah.
you
I
want?
know what you're
And then
talking
that's
about.
it. That's his
Right, they get to
lightsaber
pick it
forever.
out, which
yeah,
is kind of funny.
and that's probably what he did. And that one kind of looks regal. I
Yeah.
think.
I kind of love those kind of factoids about these movies, like Sam Jackson with the purple lightsaber.
Yeah.
He's like, can I have a purple one?
Or maybe.
Sure. And then now some author has to go explain why.
Why it's purple?
Yeah.
Because he blends the light and the dark.
We got to stop taking Star Wars so seriously, guys.
Yeah, really.
This ain't, it's not a
You
religion.
know-
It's just they're just movies.
There's a book called Tales of the Cantina, and every single one of those characters, when Luke first goes into Mos Eisley,
They all get a story.
they all have a story.
all the Glup shares.
They all have a fleshed out backstory, name, home planet, everything. And I think that's both absolutely
I think
hilarious.
that's great. The problem is then
Okay.
whatever show comes out and doesn't adhere to that perfectly, and then it's a big fucking problem.
Right, and then that whole internet, like I love the love that Ben Quadnaros is getting on the internet.
Yeah.
He's a nothing character. He
Yeah.
shows up for 2 minutes.
Does he blow up?
Yeah, like everybody loves him.
I think he does, but
It's
because he
I don't know. I think that's hilariously perfect to have so much focus and dedication towards something that doesn't matter
Right.
at all. Did you like The Acolyte?
I don't. It's one of those things where it's like, it's not even worth all the trouble. I think it was fine.
I think it was fine.
It was
too.
a fine. I watched it and I was like,
Okay.
it was pretty good. There was plenty of parts where I was like, that's corny.
Yeah.
But the lightsaber fights were cool. It had the general story was interesting, not perfectly executed, but like, yeah, it was a fine show. Not worth all the.
Not worth all this hate.
Yeah, why are y'all putting so much effort into it? I know why. But it really was not that bad.
annoyed me. Listen, I know there's a couple details that I think are really good.
Yeah.
He just gave me
There's the lightsabers in the Acolyte that
I'll
are
have to find
thick.
out
They're
about
very
that. I don't
thick
know anything.
compared to the.
Right. That's because they actually put the lights in them now.
Well, that. But
Yeah.
if you also look at it like
Hang on a
how
second.
far.
Okay, we paused.
I don't have enough time for that conversation. This episode ran a little long. Thank you again for joining us on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
awesome.
Thank
We'd
you.
love to have you back, and
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
continue
I love talking about
a
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars
Yes.
conversation. Do you have any social medias? Anybody where anybody can find you?
Y'all don't gotta follow me. I don't post nothing.
He did those short films.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
can
so-
look up Jack Barnett on YouTube. Watch my short films. They're pretty.
They're good.
Be forgiving.
They're good. No, listen, because we watched them on the show.
Oh really?
And they're good. We
good.
enjoyed them. But I am Cheese Film, and this is Randy Official, and Hecubus just stepped out for a call. Happy May the 4th. Oh, no. Hang on. We're going to take that again. May the 4th be with you. Ah!